Step back and watch the chef cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curve.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord bless him at the back at you, the back shoot, and then the best of on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into meat potatoes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, I love it, man. Shout out my guy Craig Calloway, man, and his son, man, that little handsome young boy, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. That really warmed my heart. I saw that like 5 o'clock in the morning, man. You know, LB love the kids. Craig, text me. You got my personal number now, and I'm gonna send something to your son, man. I appreciate your support, man. You've been rocking for a very, very long time. You know what I mean? I love to see the kids happy, man. You're doing a good job as a dad, man. I appreciate you, dog. Real talk. Listen, man, this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building, man. Yes, sir. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I for that for y'all. Also, Hurt Season hat still available. You know the whole nine, man. Listen, man, everything LB and it is. Oh, y'all been streaming Smoke Salmon Zucchini, and I really appreciate that. On all streaming platforms, Smoke Salmon Zucchini, the latest single, gearing up into the album, and a couple more singles coming before we get to that. But listen, man, if you scared, go to bed. If you scared, go to bed. And Shady talking. I know I've been on Shady. I know I've been on Miles Sanders for not scoring a touchdown last year, but Miles Sanders still was a pertinent part of, you know, helping us get to the playoffs. I know people don't want to agree with that, but Miles Sanders still was basically the lead back for the Philadelphia Eagles, no matter how you want to cut the pie. Now, Miles Sanders came out his mouth and said if he feels like, you know, everybody in the building feels like they playing with an all-star team, why shouldn't you be feeling like that? When you go down the roster, when you go down the accolades, when you go down what this team has done, I mean, what Howie Roseman has done, look at where some of these guys have came from. We didn't go get guys from no off-brand schools. We got champions from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? We got champions that won the Super Bowl in 2017 still on the roster. You got promising young stars on rookie deals like Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith. Stop it. N'Kobe Dean, stop it. You went out there and got Hassan Reddick, James Bradbury. Listen, just count the amount of Pro Bowlers that's on the roster, and you should feel like you on an all-star team. You should feel like that. You know what I mean? So for people who getting flashbacks of 2011, when Vince Young said something similar to that, you know, that people think that this is an all-star team or this, whatever Vince Young said back then.
Oh, dream team.
These are two different situations. Two different situations. You know what I mean? Two different rosters, two different situations. Now, listen. In 2011, when Vince Young said what he said, let's start at the quarterback position. Michael Vick was just a guy getting out of prison, serving his time, and getting his feet back wet into the NFL. He was also 30 years or older, I believe. You know what I mean? I think it was like 31 or 32, something crazy. Vick was older. He was at a 10-year pro. You know what I mean? When that happened. You know what I mean? There was no Fletcher Cox on the roster. Shady and them were young. You had a lot of guys 30 or older on the roster. You know what I mean? You had a lot of veterans just trying to come together and play with other good veterans. That's what that was back then. You know what I mean? It was different back then. Now, your quarterback is on a rookie deal. The whole offense this year for the Philadelphia Eagles, I think, is only one player over 30, and that's Jason Kelce, who just made the All-Pro team. And you got his backup waiting in the wings, waiting to get molded. The only player over 30, that's everybody, even the dudes that might not make the roster. Everybody that's on the Philadelphia Eagles roster today, Jason Kelce is the only player over 30. And Richard Rodgers is the only 130. You see what I'm saying? This is a young team. A young, hungry team. It's different. It's a different feel. On the defensive side of the ball, you got some guy. I think it's only two guys over 30 on the defensive side of the ball. Darius Slay and Fletcher Cox. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a very different thing that's happening in Philadelphia. And you know, people want us to say stuff like this. They think that this is going to make us too overconfident. It's not. Saying that you got a good roster is exactly what's supposed to be happening. Doug Peterson did it July 2017. Doug Peterson came out his mouth and said that this Philadelphia Eagles roster reminds me of the Packers rosters, the 96, 97 Packers, when those guys were having them good playoff runs and them good Super Bowl runs. Nobody was scared when he said that because him being a good coach knew what he really had in the building. So now the world knows what we have in the building. It don't take a good coach to dissect this roster. This is a good roster. So beat your chest about it, Eagles fans. Don't be scared. The Dallas Cowboys fans, they say, well, what about when Dallas does it every year? Y'all jump down on us because y'all say it every year and don't even get to the NFC Championship game. Y'all say it every year and don't accomplish nothing. It's very different. The talk is different when you're talking about this Philadelphia Eagles roster this year. It's very different. There's no way you could sugarcoat it. This is a good roster, and people should be feeling like they're playing for an all-star team. You should be. You know what I mean? You know how many players wanted to play for us based upon the moves that we was making? You should feel good about what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all for it, man. About 4 days ago, Malcolm Jenkins was doing an interview. The now retired Malcolm Jenkins, the legend at safety, was doing an interview, and he spoke about, Marcus Epps and saying that basically vouching for him, saying that Marcus Epps can do this job. It's up to us to give him the opportunity, stuff like that. The things that you would expect Malcolm Jenkins to say about a guy like Marcus Epps. I believe it. It doesn't matter if he can't do the job because we all know that Jaquiski Tartt can do the job. You know what I mean? Or he could be very competent at the safety position. So, every time I got to talk about the Eagles, it got something to do with a new player that is a cog in the engine for getting this thing moving in the right direction. So I'm not scared about what Miles Sanders said, and nobody should be scared. In fact, you got to feel confident in yourself if you're going to be able to achieve great things. We just had a whole live stream on Monday, I believe, about confidence. You know what I mean? We had a whole live stream about that, about believing in yourself. If Miles Sanders, the starting running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, don't believe in himself, then what the hell is going to happen to him on the football field? I mean, make it make sense. Why should you not believe in yourself? Nobody goes into a fight thinking that they can't win the fight. I mean, I don't. I understand confidence. It don't make me scared or don't make me nervous at all. And if you're playing professional football, why the hell should you not have confidence? Wake up, Eagles Nation. We should be feeling good. Howie Roseman did his job. We need to stop finding things to be scared about. We need to stop finding things to complain about and understand that we are on the right track. A window is open for us. Whether you need a quarterback after next year, you still got a good roster. You're just waiting for that quarterback. And you got 2 first-round picks. The window's open, man. Y'all worrying about if Jalen Hurts going to get paid or not. Who cares? The window is open, and guys need to seize their opportunity and seize their moment. That's what it all boils down to, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you feel Miles Sanders, confidence? Do you think he should have reeled it back a little bit? I don't think so, but you know the vibes.